talk about openness just a little bit. Openness, a person usually uses their hands a lot in this direction. Very open. Or you may find that a person who touches their heart is usually a person that's extremely truthful. Now, if you get 5 of the other messages and this person's touching their heart, they're letting you know that they're truthful, but it doesn't mean that they really are. Body language. Okay, we'll go for a second while I'm thinking about it because I may forget it. Body language is something that if you watch when they're having political debates, it's the greatest thing to tell you where these people are coming from. Clinton was a marvel when it came to body language. When he had a debate, and I don't even remember who with, when he was having a debate, he would talk about the negative things that are happening in this country and how bad it was. And every time he talked about that, he would put his hands toward the opponent that he was talking about. And when he talked about how wonderful everything was, he embraced himself, or he would bring it back into him. Things are so good. And the whole world thought, nobody even picked up on it, that hadn't been taught body language, but it was a natural way to talk to you, to say, "Ooh, look at me, this is wonderful." And I'm not saying he was a bad person. I'm saying he was very well versed in body language.
Right.
He was NLP, neuro linguistic programming, talks a lot about body language, and he was tremendous at it. Let's go back to openness. Openness, or positive thoughts. The body's very open, very exposed. That the hands spread many times. Rubbing the hands together is a very positive. It's almost like, yeah, this is good. We're going here. And that's like stirring the energy that we do if we're doing healing touch or feeling energies. And so that's a very open thing. If you watch a person stand with their hands on their hips, that's a very open, positive statement that they're making. A female or a male, more often a male, basically. Many times females wear their jackets open just because that's the style or weight or a lot of things, but they'll wear the jacket open. Males, if you watch them button their jacket, they're closing you off. If you watch them with the jacket open, it's usually a very, very open gesture. A very positive gesture. Hands on the chest again, or the tilting of the head is a very positive. And it's not always at your neck side, just simply the tilting.
Right. How about hands in pockets?
That's a closed gesture. That's shut down. They're either not being honest with you, they're not wanting to be where they're at. Now, this all doesn't mean just honesty. It could be just a negative feeling about where they're at and what they're doing. You ever take a teenager someplace and make him dress up and he's uncomfortable, he feels out of place, it just nothing's fitting, he'll have his hands in his pocket. The jingling of change. Again,
right. Yeah.
is that nervous, I don't want to be here, I just let me out of here type situation. And so, hand on the cheek is usually a very relaxed. Now, this can be a thoughtful thing too. You're contemplating something, you're in deep thought, but just the hand on the cheek is usually a very relaxed, open gesture. That again is something that you can look at as a positive interest, naturally. Now watch them as they stroke their chin. They're trying to finalize a decision. What do I think about this? Or they're in deep thought. They're contemplating what's happening here. It's natural. We all have that ability. That's why, as moms or dads, we know if the kids are skipping school today. We watch the body language. What are they doing different? Do they get up in the morning and put the sign up and say, "I'm skipping school today"? No, but something's going on. The energy comes out for one thing, but the body language is different. Watch the way they act.
I bet we don't consciously know we're reading body language a lot of the time. Because with your kid, like you just said, if they're going to skip school or something, that's a subtle thing that you're picking up from them.
Yeah. And I think some of it's just the vibration, and we're reading it, but a lot of it's body language too. They walk differently, they're hiding something, they're too whatever, but everything about them says, I'm different today, so I'm going to be doing something different today.
Yeah, and you go, I don't know exactly what it is, but
Yeah,
but I know something's going on.
exactly.
Um,